But let's talk about anything you want to talk about, George. I just let everyone know from YouTube that I just called George, and he is going to tell me. Of course, I had your little file here, but I lost it. So you'll have to tell me a little bit about your back issues. And
Sure. So here's the deal. About 3 years ago, I woke up and couldn't get out of bed. Um, I'm not sure exactly what went down or what caused it. If anything, maybe it was something, a stress factor that happened in my life prior or something. But it's never gone away since. A dull, aching pain that's just always there.
where's it located,
Um,
George?
it's located in the lower back, but it has gone up the spine into my neck. My elbows are hurting. My thumbs are killing me. My right knee's killing me. My right ankle's killing me. So it's like it's kind of spreading around. And I've gone to the top physical therapist, a good chiropractor. He doesn't do X-ray. He does all kind of kinesiology and holistic and more kind of spiritual stuff, which was nice. But he really couldn't pinpoint anything. And I just been drawn to your videos. I was like, something's going on here. I got to figure some stuff out. So I completely quit drinking. I cut out all the meat. I cut out all the dairy. I've been doing straight raw vegan for 2 weeks. And dude, for me, that's like huge. I work at a bar where I'm surrounded by alcohol and meat and cheese at the wine bar. So I'm cutting the stuff all day, getting all slimy with the meats. So it's not even an issue for me now to say no to alcohol, which is great, and I have you to thank that for. So that's off. So I'm not gonna let go of this problem until it's gone. And I hope after it's gone. Well, I'm not saying I hope. Now I will. I'm gonna stick with this diet. It's working great. My mind's working clear, and I'm able to get things done. And I'm able to sit properly at my drum kit and perform like I've never performed before. I'm like madhouse with the drums now. And
So that's 2 weeks on the raw diet.
excuse me.
That's 2 weeks on the raw diet.
It's 2 weeks on the road. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow.
Okay, very
And
good.
I always, I started doing green smoothies because of you. I saw your first video I saw was the wheatgrass, so I started growing wheatgrass, and I just kind of got into it. And this was like a year ago, but I've never, kept up with it. It's kind of just been sporadic, here and there, lemon ginger blast kind of thing. So now I'm just like a war zone with it. It's like all I'm doing.
Very good, man. I really hope you stick with it because it sounds like it might have started at the kidneys. And man, I'll tell you, there's three things that'll bust your chops and get you tightened up and stiffened up, and that's meat, cheese, and wine. And especially when you start mixing them together and using the meat, and you stimulate with the meat, and then you use the wine to sort of as an antitoxin for that. It messes up your whole body, and your kidneys are just tiny little things like that. And as soon as they start to stone up, cooked food really, when you heat the natural elements in the food, you disorganize them. But not only that, you turn the minerals into really, they're no longer bioavailable, and they become like hardened masses in your body, and then they become like acid crystals, and these acid crystals build up into like calcium stones. So it sounds like it started at your kidneys, and then you probably continued on with your lifestyle, and then now you might have some calcium deposits on a couple of your nerve endings or all throughout, because the wine, the cheese, and the meat diet, that's going to get you that's going to build you up with some serious acidosis. So now, 2 weeks you feel better, but you're in this for the long haul. You're looking at a good few years of reversing this by hydration, alkalization, and one thing that may really help you is massage. So hopefully you've got some resources and can find a good body worker to help you to break up some of those accumulations that build up in the body, and then you can start to release those. And the hydration is key for that.
Yeah, I've been doing Well, actually, right now I'm doing a little bit of the tonics as well. I'm doing the lemon, cayenne, ginger kind of deal right now. Every morning, that's real nice, you know. And then I'm doing a big green smoothie after that, and big salad too. I mean, just like it feels great, you know. It feels great. And I've also found a good acupuncturist who does acupuncture and massage. What's your thoughts on acupuncture?
What's that?
What's your thoughts on acupuncture? I'm starting to do acupuncture twice a week. I just started last week.
Well, the Western medical world will poo-poo on the acupuncture, but I'll give you a major thumbs up because it's only a palliative, though. Because what it's going to do is it's going to allow the nerves to communicate a little bit better. But if you've got those, if you've got that acidosis, those accumulations, it's only going to be a palliative, you know. And so you can use that to connect the nerves and get some nerve flow through there, and so that you can, and also that the nerve flow will help with the blood flow. But you want to continue to dissolve these accumulations. So, and then the lemon, ginger, cayenne, turmeric, that's a really good one. That's a real expander. And then it sounds like you, more intuitively, after that you expand with the hot and the heat with the cayenne there and the lemon, and then you do the green to contract it. So, what do you put in your smoothie? Just coincidentally, I mean.
Right
Curious.
now I just did apple, kale, spirulina, collard greens, Swiss chard, garlic, and some spring water.
Sounds good to me. You know, I mean, there's no one exact way to do this. What's your spring water consumption throughout the day?
To a gallon at least. I mean, I'm just starting to. I did the findthespring.com deal. I'm like, this is amazing. So I got the EPA free deal, and I shot up to Sherwood Park, which is right outside the city. I'm in Chicago, and you know, it's like, dude, it's great. You just pull up on the side of the road, and it's 30 feet from the road. It's pump, you know, it's a well, but
Cool, man. Great. That's what everyone should be doing.
You know? Yeah, it gets checked, gets tested, it's all good. I mean, I definitely noticed the difference with drinking the water. I mean, wow, it's awesome.
Yeah, the hydration. Have you thought about the little saltwater flush?
Yes, with the I do the Himalayan salt first every morning.
There you go. That's really, and I found that to be really beneficial. There's a difference between salt put into the water and dissolved, and then salt shaken on your food. And so salt, like in your dressing, emulsified and dissolved, much better absorption, and it helps to create electricity. And the reason I point this out is because what's interesting is that old science experiment where they take the salt water and they put the little light bulb, the two conduits. They put the one conduit and they put the other. You remember that experiment?
You know what's funny is I literally just watched that for the first time 2 days ago.
Yeah. So you see, and did they have the sugar on there too?
No, I don't think so.
They do it. In the science class that I was in way back in God knows when, but we did the saltwater flush, the saltwater bath, and the electricity went through the salt water and the light bulb lit up. When we put it into the white sugar, there was no conductivity. Now, that being said, perhaps if we took some highly mineralized fruit grown in the best soil ever, there may be a possibility that there would be conductivity in that. So if everyone is going to be eating fruit, you'll be hearing me mention more and more as time goes on to make sure you're getting ripe fruit as best as you can. It's really important because the fruit is really losing its quality and it's causing a lot of issues. A lot of the low-fat raw vegans have been getting a hold of me on the hush hush and like I'm not doing so well, like what can I do, So I'm trying to help people to have a little more balance, because what's going on is that we're all not paying attention to the season. We're reading a book and we think we're going to live one way throughout the whole year, and that's just going to mess us up because we're living out of our mind instead of harmony with nature, which is more intuitive, which is more local, seasonal. And so people are out of balance, and you can't write a book and tell everybody this is how to live. You just have to, everyone has to be real flexible. But some of the main things that can really be helpful, especially in your case, George, is just the hydration. And then finding a body worker, because this is what's coming to me intuitively looking at someone who's drinking the wine, and I know all about that stuff. So if you can get a body worker, I would continue on with the acupuncture, but I would also
like I said, I'm gonna do 2 days a week. So
cool, and add in some acupressure, and hopefully, if you search around enough, like I get a fair amount of massages. Every once in a while, it's just a rub down, and it's like nice, it's a relaxer. But every once in a while, you find somebody that's actually a body worker that can help you to really, they understand the calcium deposits, and they can really help to break up those calcium deposits as you're hydrating and alkalizing. You may even do better, and this is just my suggestion because it's what I really personally love, but the smoothies are cool, but I really like the green juices, because they just, especially with the saltwater flush, what the saltwater flush does is it brings in some of the monatomic elements that are no longer available in our soil. So what's happening is that there's no conductivity for the human beings because the soil is so depleted. What once was in the soil and would be in the fruits and vegetables is no longer there, so the vitamins, minerals, enzymes are not as absorbed. So when we do that saltwater flush first thing in the morning, and that's all you need to do. You don't even need to have salt on your food or anything like that. I've always been kind of on the line with the salt, but I'm finding it helpful in my own personal experience and doing more research on it. It seems to be very helpful, and I've even talked to several people who were really no salters, but as soon as they brought a little bit of salt into their diet, athletes and whatnot, the conductivity really picked up, and they just felt a lot better. And so what's going on is with the Himalayan salt, you're getting some of those elements that are make the smoothies and the green juices and the raw foods more bioavailable, because everything works in synergy. But our food and our soil really sucks, so we're getting these foods that don't really have a full spectrum. So the saltwater flush really helps to allow the other foods to be absorbed and utilized, and the minerals and the elements in those foods to be more activated inside the bloodstream. So it's a nice thing for everyone to understand. So I would continue on with that, and then if you can get on some more of the juices and pull the fiber out, I think you're going to have a deeper penetration with the green herbs, cilantro, kale, that type of thing, dill.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm doing lemon ginger blast pretty much every other day,
Yeah, that's a winner.
Also too, should as far as like the avocados and oil, since I'm just getting off drinking, should I not go nutty with that and give my kidneys a little break first and my liver a break and then dive into that?
Well, the thing is about fat is that cooked fat is like the worst thing you can do. Raw fat is a real it helps to coat. Now, there are definitely periods in the phase, and I would say you're probably in a phase where you could go low fat for sure. The thing is I went low fat for so long, and this is what's happening with a lot of people, and they're coming to me. They've been gone low fat for so long, they're really depleted. They're snapping like a twig as far as like anger, their nervous system, they're just not feeling right. They're just so hypersensitive, and the essential oils really coat the nerve endings. The fruit feeds the nerve energy. The essential fatty acids protect the nerves and create insulation. It's like what's happening with the high sugar diets is that, and it depends on who you are. If you have a really good constitution and you have a really high and healthy nerves, you can go quite a long time. But a lot of us are degenerated. Our parents were drug addicts or whatever, and we didn't have very good nutrition when we were in utero and through our childhood. So we don't have very good, strong nerves. And so those of us like thinner types like me that don't have the best nervous system genetically do really, really well to eat more fat. And I didn't know this because I was going from my head. But right now, you could do really well to keep it low fat. But I wouldn't go crazy on the low fat. Like, and I'll say another thing too, is that it's best to eat fat in the evening. Stay non-fat all day. That way you're not digesting fat while you're working and exercising and getting your work done and doing your hobbies and having fun. And then at night, you bring in whatever amount you need. Most people, for a nice long-term balanced stability, could get away with 2 tablespoons of olive oil or an avocado.
That's where I'm getting a little kind of confused in some aspects because let's say I go to work at 6, right? I don't get up till 2:30 or 3. So during that period is when I'm having my big ass salad, so I'm trying to figure out, like, should I just kind of munch a little bit during the night and then wait to get home and have one at 2 a.m. where I'm wanting to get up in the morning and do my thing, I'm not sure if how I should, what do you think about all that?
Well, what's interesting, when I remember reading your file here from Regeneration Nation, and I thought to myself, the first thing that popped into my head is George needs to get a new job. So you can take it or leave it at that. But I mean,
no, dude, you're right, and I think this whole, it's all connecting, with purifying right now, I'm really focusing on my intention, which is to see through my music, while maintaining a healthy, positive lifestyle, right? So, I mean, with that, now that my mind is thinking clearer, I'm able to, gather information that's going to be better, defining better things with my drumming, as opposed to having to work at a wine bar. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, the raw drummer is superior. The flow.
Right? And, that's, I'm cool with it, it's awesome.
Yeah, so that's just this, I don't tell you how to live, but the thing is my understanding and love for the flow of nature and living a natural lifestyle. Like, I just spent a few days out in the wilderness, and it just, wow, I live pretty good in the flow of nature, but I really got woke up to even more of the flow, and now I'm like sleeping outside on Tavis's deck. He's got a room, and I'm like, I want to sleep outside. I don't want to break this connection with the stars at night and stuff. And so, like, when you have a job like yours, and it's eating and stuff like that, your whole billions of years of biology thrown off track because we're living in a weird world with night owls and strange day jobs, and it's like I don't mean to be super negative, but we're all kind of like brainwashed in a weird way, to where we're totally separated. So I want to. Oh, go ahead, George. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, I was just. You're right. The separation is there, And even last week, man, when I really started to notice a difference with this diet, I was cooking it, I was cooking with all these oils, and then I was cooking, meat and cheeses and stuff, and these pizzas and stuff, and it's just like, okay, I don't want to be doing this anymore. I was just like, I gotta figure something out here, and really think about what's going on, and that was, the job's great, it served me well, but, it's just something.
Your time has come, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot tell you how many times people have gone raw and just changed everything. Jobs, relationships, location. I mean, it wakes you back up to yourself that's been buried under cooked foods and drugs and alcohol and entertainment.
Right.
And we're just lost. We're looking for the next buzz. And we've lost ourselves.
Yep.
And when you find yourself, that's all that matters. It's not, the food is a real helpful, like, medicine, like, stop hurting yourself with food, but all the percentages and all that, none of that matters. It's like, are you eating and living in a way that's connecting you with yourself? I mean, do you love yourself enough to, like, I want to go for a bike ride today. I want to do and be free. And it might take you a while, George. It's taken me a while, to set
Right.
things up and do it smoothly so that everything got handled and the bills get paid. But you're changing your intention. You're gonna wake up, and the energy of life is gonna flow through you. You're gonna look at what you're doing. And you're gonna be like, "What in the hell? I'm making pizzas. This is not me, man. I need to
You're right.
do something else."
And it's popping up at a good time too, Dan, because, I mean, I'm in a good city. Summer's here, it's approaching, we got the farmers markets coming up. We got the lake, to ride the bike on and hang out and find some good spots to chill out in the grass and stuff like that. It's a great city to be in. And at this time, the winter has been a little too long, but that's all right, whatever.
Oh, cool, man. Well, I mean, the spring and the summer.
No, go ahead.
I said the spring and the summer is the best time for you to heal. It's the best time for everyone to heal because the food is better, it's fresher, there's a lot more of it. And so we all, in the wintertime, we go from like 90 to like 60% raw, except for dudes like me that have mad skills and can go anywhere. And I'm pretty free, but I want everyone else to be free. I don't want to just be a raw food teacher. I want to be a freedom fighter. I want to be a happiness coach. I want to be a guy who's like, look, this is what I did, and now I'm here and I'm really satisfied, and if there's anything I can do to help you get free, because I was lucky. I was a little rebel kid the whole time. I was a failure in school, but really what it was I was a success because I was non-programmable soul. Now there's a lot of more souls that are more programmable, and I'm here to help them that are like, wow, I really need to break down the matrix of this conditioning so that I can be happy and live my God-given right like I was out in nature. I just sat, me and Tavis, we sat on a rock for 2 days, and I have never been happier. I thought I might get bored. I thought I was staring at the butterflies, and I didn't need anything or want anything. I didn't even want to come back, but I have all these responsibilities. But anyways, today was my day. My heart and the channel on YouTube here is due for me to help somebody. So that was all I wanted to do was call. I've been calling everybody on Regeneration Nation, and you're the first one. You called me back, and I just wanted to help, and I hope I've been a help for you today, George, and everybody watching.
No, I mean, you've been a huge inspiration on me right now. I mean, you really popped up at a perfect time. It means a lot, man. I really think what you're doing right now in the community with this website is just absolutely killer, man. It's so awesome.
Have you been getting some good help over there, and some encouragement at the Regeneration Nation?
Say the question one more time, Dan.
Have you been getting some encouragement over there? Are you on the forums and stuff, or?
Oh, dude, yeah, every day, man. It's ridiculous. When I come home from work, I'll find myself going to bed till 5 a.m. because I'm sitting here checking it out.
Oh, so maybe it's not such a good thing. I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, but when you may end up going raw, your biological rhythms may want to get a little bit more sunlight. I mean, I feel so good. Of course, I ate too many macadamia nuts last night, but I feel so good lately because I've been waking up like 5:30 in the morning with the birds and the sun and the last of the stars, and then going to bed at like 8 a.m. when the sun is gone. So natural, so awesome. And I want to encourage people to do their very best to try to wake up with the sun and go to sleep with the darkness and eat, during the day and try to, because it just really helps you to have more of a rhythm. And you can adjust to these other rhythms, but you may find that to be the case. You may get this inner urge, and you might just one day get fed up and just like walk out. I've had a few jobs when I was younger, and I just walked out. I worked at McDonald's, and I just threw the hat at the manager and just walked out. The burgers were on the grill. I was like, no way.
Later, you got it. Good for you, man. And that kind of ties in with what you said at that, I don't know if there's a seminar or something you were at last night, that video you posted up. You said, once you solve all the problems inside yourself, you instantaneously, all the problems they disappear. It's just
bang.
A killer quote,
You got that, bro. And did you know? Does it feel like that's the truth or what?
God, I wrote it down. I came home from work. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I watched the video, just laying down, and I got up and I wrote that down on a piece of paper that's sitting right in front of me. I'm like, dude, that's just so true.
Yeah, and it's like there's little subtle things, and that linger. But man, is when you know that then you can take responsibility and you can really begin to untie the knots inside of you. You don't have to blame anyone anymore. You can just spend your energy working on you so you can have a real solution to there's this problem with this and this problem with that. Yeah, there's chemtrails and the food sucks and there's stress and there's programming and there's the IRS and there's all this crap, but at the end of the day, if you really look at it, it's like I'm going to go rent a mountain bike and go ride a mountain that I've never been on. Talk about exciting. I'm get to help somebody. There's just, you can choose to see the good from this day until the day you leave, and you don't need to be attached to anything, you know? You don't need to even be attached to your life. It's, you've got it now, live it, and that's the thing I've been wanting to talk to people about, George, is that, you know, people are like, what do I eat? All this percentages. You're eating too much fat. You're not getting enough this. It's like, but are you happy? Are you having fun? You know, and if you want to get well from your issues and your conditions, go have fun. Whatever you can do. If you can only walk a quarter of a block, I mean, there's something that you love to do that you love to do as a child or that you love to do now, but you're like, I don't have time for that, but you have to make time for it every day. My whole life is fun. I love helping people. I love what I'm doing. Just, you got to have fun, and then you got to have fun when you eat. You got to be enjoying this preciousness, whether, no matter what your situation is. You can just sit down with a good meal, no matter what it is. If it's a big pile of fruit, yes. If it's a big pile of fatty salad, yes. But you got to enjoy it. If it's a juice, enjoy it. I love this. This is chlorella drink. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah. I just got some of that for the first time last week. No, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I love all the things that I'm doing, and I love my open-mindedness to it all. But at the end of the day, my message is broadening out. It's like, have fun. And don't worry about what other people are eating. Just do what works for you. Let them follow their heart, no matter what they eat, and then you follow your heart. And I recommend raw foods because I love it, and I feel like the hydration and the information and the energy is very helpful, and it creates like a creative flow, and then you can use that creative flow to create your life. And I've done that for myself, so I wouldn't, jerk your chain and make videos on YouTube saying one thing and not living it and living it. So
right.
I'm just happy.
Yeah, that's great. And growing up, my dad has always been awesome with foods and stuff, and I've always really loved, cooking and stuff. So I'm really excited to dive into, working with this stuff and seeing what I can do with it. Coming up with my own ideas and then throwing them on the forum and stuff like that. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and then, the world needs more health food chefs, whether it's 100% raw or not. I mean, I'm a total raw food chef, but there is something about the 100% raw food recipes that are really, really, they're more energizing and they're stimulating, but in a real clean, pure, energizing way, and not a real bog you down kind of way. Cooked fats, cooked grains, cooked proteins, kind of my least favorite things.
About that
What's that?
I'll tell you something about that is I've had sinus problems since day one, and they're gone. They're completely gone now. And I'm not even really focusing on that because my back problem has been such an issue. And I'm just like, even last night, when you're at a grill all night, you come home, you're stuffed up big time. You wake up, you're like a mess, And breathing just fine, doing good. So that's gone. So
Yes.
Why wouldn't I stick with this,
Another thing to the health, and I'm glad you brought it up, George, is that, especially for you, again, there's another thing why I would intuitively encourage you. When you're breathing all that smoke, there's nothing more important in your life than your sinuses and your lungs. Those are your lifeline. If you don't do anything with the food, breathe fresh air and get more of it. You know what I mean? And get away from diesel smoke and salon. You're in the salon. I mean, those like nail salons. I mean, oh my God, they'll kill you. Paint fumes, grill smoke. In your case, grill smoke. You're going to have to be vigilant, and you're going to have to be drinking those waters, so that you can, and the chlorella will help you to flush out those acids that are coming from that grill smoke that are going to keep you plugged up till the day you leave. So
right, and every hour too, what I've been doing now is taking a quick break and going outside and doing the 8888 deal outside for a bit, and then going back in, and I'm noticing that's a huge difference.
breath work. Nice, dude. You are really on point, bro. Do not lose the fire. It goes on and on. Like, become a master and really get to that point where the energy is flowing through you, and then take that beautiful life force energy and learn the stillness and the true mastery to where you have the radiance and the stillness at the same time. And then you can, then you can just transmit a wonderful energy to everyone on Earth. If you want to change if you're mad about the way the planet is, or you want to change the world, change yourself and get that life current flowing through you of appreciation. It's like love and faith and happiness and fun. Those are the positive flows. And then you've got the criticism. It's like your diet might be perfect, but if you're criticizing even one person ever, you've just literally sort of put a cork in your flow. Even if it's just for a minute and you go back and then you get your fun back, but you just put a real dark spot there on your own soul flow. So none of us have any time at all, if we're ill or have back problems or overweight, to even think one thing negative about anyone or about the world or even about ourselves. That's what I'm working on, is really self-criticism. I still see it. I mean, I really have to look at myself in the mirror and accept the way I look, the way I feel, how I live. And so, and I think everyone needs to do that until you are dead bone honest, like okay with every single thing that you are, so that life flow can be perfected through you. Just total acceptance, of everyone and everything, including yourself, without reservations, so that life current can go through you. And it's the life current that will allow you to make better food choices, that will allow that continual flow, so that these obstructions can be removed, because those hardened deposits don't do well with that love electricity flowing through you.
And I think that all goes really hand in hand with what I'm doing with the band too. It's like just you gotta have a good vibe, a good, it's like don't worry about what's gonna happen or not happen in our future as a band, and just live and be happy to play and just have fun playing our instruments, because that's what we know and do best.
That's it. I mean, that's really like the ultimate advice from where I'm at this time. My message is have fun. Go do something fun. Everybody, at least once a day, and have something to look forward to. And if you really take some time and you really honor yourself, you'll set your life up to where you're pretty much just having fun the whole time. Even your job, talking to you, George, this is my job. And it's my service, because I really have a lot of love for everyone today, just to help. And it's so cool. I'm so glad we could talk, because you're helping me make a great video. And then when we're done here, I'm going to upload it, and I'm going to go rent a mountain bike, and then who knows what else after that,
That's great. I'm going to go have the most epic band practice of all time right now, man.
Oh, you're at band practice right now?
No, I'm at home right now. I'm just sucking down these drinks, and then we're gonna shoot down to the studio, and we're gonna jam out for the day.
Dude, that is so cool, man. Hopefully the boys in the band will jump on the Raw bandwagon.
I think they're gonna be swinging that way very soon, my man.
Right on, George. It's a pleasure to talk to you, man. Is there anything else, brother?
You know what? Let's make this real quick. My mom called me last night and said, "Oh, your father's lump on his neck isn't cancerous, and his aneurysm in his heart hasn't gotten any bigger." I didn't even know there was a problem, okay? I didn't even know there was an issue going on there. He just didn't tell me. So, thoughts on that. I mean, it's not cancerous, but, something's going down. He has high blood pressure. He drinks. He has to chill out and drink, and I know that, he's out of town. They live in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
So you're talking workhorse who has some high blood pressure. What are your thoughts on what he can do as far as juices and
Well,
stuff like
hopefully
that?
he's getting plenty of fresh air. And aside from that, with the when you get those accumulations and those lumps, a lot of times you can look at the cooked fat. You know, is he outside?
Dude, yeah, he's outside like 70 hours a week.
That always helps. So he's got the fresh air, but the cooked fats and the drinking tends to kind of dilate the blood vessels and thin it out a little bit depending on what you're drinking, but most alcohol tends to thin the blood. Well, the cooked fat makes it super thick. When you look at the cooked fat and how the red blood cells, they really like stack up in clumps when you look under the microscope. And when you've got the nice healthy raw fats and fruits and vegetables, you've got these nice round red blood cells, which you can literally control the red blood cells with your thoughts. In fact, your thoughts affect the function of the red blood cells, and they just do what they're told. So if you have all these unconscious thoughts, you better be careful because you're programming your blood. In the case of your dad, obviously, I mean, I recommend every human being that's living on the planet eat raw foods, and that's just what I believe. And I mean, Bruce Lee ate steamed vegetables and rice. But even that, at least, he probably knew that the cooked fat would slow his blood down and thicken it up. And then what happens is the body stores that stuff because it just has to get it out of the blood because it gets so acidic. So it stores it wherever. So in order for him to start getting rid of that, he's going to have to obviously lay off the drinking. In fact, I don't recommend alcohol at all because it opens your soul up to negativity. And any drug does that, and then that type of thing can come in and really mess up your spirit, and you lose your own sense of self. But if you can get him on the raw, as much as possible, drinking the lemon ginger blast every day would be off the charts for him with the cayenne or the habanero. The cayenne is.
He's a spice freak, man. He'll love the cayenne and the habanero,
I mean, I think the cayenne is a bit more medicinal. The habanero is a bit more fun, flavorful, kind of yumminess. So,
hey, how you doing, kind of thing.
I would, if in his case, I would use the cayenne. I would leave the habanero out and just put a teaspoon of cayenne or whatever he can handle. The more, the better. It helps to break up that plaque. Along with, I might even add an extra lemon, to help to pull, and then the greens hydrate. If you can get him on some of that and get him on a green juice kick, then the green juices are medicine, that's just what everyone should be doing. You can't drink enough green juice, So, I mean, I don't know your dad's trip or what his limitations are, but, raw. And as you set your example, George, you're going to start looking better, feeling better, sounding better. I wouldn't push like religious people that come push their religion on you. It's really a turnoff. But if there was a real religious, spiritual person that had just such a good life and they were so peaceful and harmonious and helpful and graceful, you would go to them and you would say, hey, can you, wow, how do you live? I mean, why are you so happy? Can you teach me something? So you just magnetically draw people to you. So you emanate that love and you live by example, and then the people, either your loved ones come around or they don't, but somebody somewhere is going to be affected by the positive changes in your willingness to choose life.
Absolutely. Strongly believe that.
Right on, George.
Very cool.
If you want, let your dad watch that video and let him know we care about him, and we want to see him dissolve those masses, wherever they are, and help him get a little bit better. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
Well, it was great chatting with you, George. Anything else, brother man?
Yeah. One last thing was that, what are the odds of that grocery list, the new revised Dan the Man grocery list?
I like that revised because well, the thing is it's not that much different. It's just, I mean, I was using algae before, just here and there. I was using chlorella every once in a while. It's just that now I've switched up my thing. I mean, my friend Tavis is a master healer, more masterful than anyone I've ever met.
Loving Tavis' vibe right now, man.
He's cool as heck, man. He's quiet. He's a writer, and he's writing books like right now. And I'm like, I feel bad because I'm hanging out with him. I mean, we're having so much fun, but he needs to get on this writing. But we're having so much fun hanging out and fasting and playing. But he's a writer. I'm a speaker. He's a writer. But he's got me on a 7-month protocol to help me dissolve these. People are like, you've been raw for 13 years. Aren't you walking on water like Jesus? And it's like, I don't think you understand these calcium deposits and how hard they get, and the life that lives inside of these things. And mostly for me, it's up here in my shoulders. If I can get these shoulders cleared and a little bit of the deposits that have gotten into my brain, and that's the thing. I mean, in 30 days on this protocol that I've been on, I feel better than I've felt in 13 years on raw foods. It's just the best I've felt. And it's because I'm hydrating and I'm using these things that Tavis has spent eons of time in the desert. Just all he does is meditate. He takes like an essential oil to the desert and he sits there and he just looks at it and he plays with it and he thinks about it and he doesn't read about it. He just taps in, and that's all he's ever done. He's read like 4 books in his whole life, and he takes the olive oil to the desert and he looks at it and he develops a relationship with it, and he learns about those things and how he can help his clients. And he's helping me, and I'm lucky. I'm on a 7-month protocol for the.
So you're doing that? Wow, you're doing it for 7 months. Okay.
Yeah, and now I'm switching to a new. I'm on the same 4 tonics. The only difference for me is that at the essential oils. The first essential oils that he had me on were we're expanding essential oils, and now he's going to have me on these other ones that are contractors, and then he's going to keep switching it up so that I can continue to improve. And I have improved. And I'm also, the other thing that works really well is this hydration. And the reason why I recommend it to you, George, and everyone else is Bodyworks. I found this Chinese body worker who, you go to the Chinese massage, it's usually just a rub-a-dub-dub. It ain't no happy endings around here. But I'm just saying, and then it's just, but this lady, she got the magic. She works at $40. I could almost afford one of those every day in a couple months. But she works it, and it just breaks it up. And she's getting it off my nerve, because over here I've had, and a lot of you have this, you have tension in the back, because there's a real place up there for a lot of us where the blood flow and the nerve flow connects, and people have that tightness in their back. And that's just calcium deposits. And it's really bad on this side because it's right on a nerve. And so now I'm breaking it up, and it's getting better and better and better as I hydrate. So I'm on this program for 7 months. And if I decide later on, I mean, I needed somebody to help me because I wasn't getting anywhere. I had plateaued so long with these issues, and now I've seen a major boost. And yet I'm not perfect. I still have the stuff, because those calcium deposits, they come from the synthetic drugs. They come from the pharmaceuticals. They come from the crappy air we breathe. They come from the cooked foods. And so once they get there, they are not trying to let go. I'm going to show everyone something. Give me 1 second, everyone. I'm going to show you something, okay? And I'll be right back. But I'm going to show everybody, and George, you can look at this video later. But this right here is what those calcium deposits look like. And then you've got little critters living inside those little holes, and they're like building little homes in your body, okay? And these are the calcium deposits. And this is, when this is on your nerve endings, it really sucks. And the worse that it gets, like for me, it's not that bad because I got on the raw foods. Hey, brother, I got on the raw foods at a pretty young age, and I was an athlete, and I was pretty conscious of my diet. I wasn't like I mean, I would eat like stir-fried filet mignon organic with stir-fried organic vegetables. And, you know, at first, of course, it was, you know, 7-Eleven burgers and V8, and I thought that was health food. But you continue to, so at least I was thinking about it for a long time, ever since I was 19 and started bodybuilding. But I'm just saying, these are the calcium deposits. And I'm using some things that Tavis is suggesting, and it's kind of like you got to know what you're doing a little bit. And so Tavis is going to write some books, and it's just everyone has to be patient. But I am able to learn from him and then explain things. And so right now, the thing that I can suggest without getting into the details, so that we don't want to get in trouble. You guys everyone needs to understand that. You know what I'm saying? We want to be safe. A lot of channels get shut down and stuff, and the joy and the happiness is the most important part of this message. Then some of the details about, you might have this in your kidneys, you might have this on one of your nerve endings in your brain, and you're wondering why the doctor's pills and all this crap, and they're cutting stuff out of you, and you need to get rid of this that is accumulated on your nerve endings, and you're not getting nerve flow, and you're not feeling as good as you could, and something's just not quite right, because you've got deposits of some type, whether it's a lymphatic deposit from fried fats, or the calcium deposits from these little critters that sort of create this hardening. And so I'm on point, and I'm getting it, and I'm going to go, because this isn't just like a 21-day juice fast and you're going to get rid of this stuff. This is vigilant work, dissolving these accumulations and eliminating the lifestyle habits that allow this thing to happen. That's why raw living food. They do not like the conductivity. They can't live where there is too much oxygen and electricity. That they don't like it. So it's love, and it's fresh food, and it's pure water, and it's the conductivity and the electricity that the little parasites, bacteria, and viruses, they can't thrive in that. So we're outside breathing the fresh air. We're getting lots of sunlight. We're hydrating our bodies. We're eating pure, real food that digests easily and keeps the colon clean. You know, so there's just so many things that I'm so excited to be learning. And then I get it right away when I learn, and then I can just share it. And I've got a lifetime of love and trying to help as many people as I can, but we have to be careful. We have to be cool. We can't use certain words, because the computers know, and you say the too many words one time, they come over, check you out. This dude's helping too many people. You're out. We got to speak in code. We got to keep loving each other.
Right, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? They just,
which is ridiculous, but that's just the way it is. You know, what are you going to do? You know,
so we roll smart, real smart, and then we can slowly but surely, and it's not like I'm trying to keep you trapped. If I could tell you everything, George and the people watching this video, if I could tell you everything, all in one video, I would give you everything. I wouldn't sell you nothing, you know. But it's just, it doesn't work like that. We have to keep learning and growing and following and getting more information from everyone we can. But there's something beautiful about just raw living foods, but not one certain way, but just all the bounty of nature utilized for our benefit in this crazy modern world where there is a war going on, and we are the soldiers of light, because the light is our life, and we don't want to give that away like we're a hamster on a wheel charging up their battery, when we want to be just free and not charging up their battery, but charging up our own battery. So that's why, like, as you master this, George, and everyone else, you know, you'll learn to sit in the stillness of the electricity, and you'll learn through silence to recharge your own battery. You know, you go out into the world, you do your service, you do your work, but when you can, you spend time alone, getting to know yourself, quiet.
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing major, you know, lately. Past couple weeks since I started all this, is really just spending a lot of time by myself, you know, and it feels great.
Amen, brother. Okay, George, we knocked this one out of the park. I think we got everyone a little bit more information. I hope you are inspired to use it and take care of yourself.
Oh, dude, yeah, I've been inspired, man. It's awesome.
Well,
you are definitely helping out here, man. It's really, really special to me. I really appreciate it.
Man, it's my pleasure. I am so honored to spend time with you today, George. Thank you for letting me make a video, bro.
Absolutely.
I'll put this up on YouTube right now. Thanks for being a part of Regeneration Nation, man. I really, really appreciate that.
For sure. Absolutely, man. For sure.
Okay, man. Well, you stay in touch, and I'll see you over at the Nation. Peace, man.
Peace.
Hey, thanks, everyone. Today was just a day I was just like, I just gotta help somebody. So I called all these people, you know. God, I'm just a crybaby lately. I know I make crazy videos, like big people are like, was this a joke? Oh, Lord have mercy. This dude's unstable, crying one and laughing the next. But that video just made me crack up, man. That was just hilarious. I've watched that thing like 45 times, and I just, especially at the end, I'm scared. I'm gonna watch that again right now. That's hilarious. But it was time for me to help somebody. Gosh, I wish I could help more people. But I have to have fun too, or I'm not setting a good example. So you go have fun, and you stay hydrated, and learn from these videos. And I got a lot of stuff to come that hopefully will help you to live better. Because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to have pain, you know. I know what it's like to be sad, depressed, hopeless. You don't have to be like that. Slowly but surely, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. So make like one decision. Like the beauty of this thing for me with these tonics, which is controversial tonics, is that, hey, there's structure there, and that gives me hope. And not only did it give me hope right away when I met my homeboy Tavis, but it gave me, it worked right away. When I just really ate a whole bunch of essential fatty acids in one night, I just felt better instantly. And I started these tonics the next day, and I've just gotten nothing but better and better, you know. And so I'm going to continue on and take this thing to the end. And he said I'd be a different person at the end of 30 days, and I am. And at the end of the 7 months, most if not all of these issues should be handled. And then I'll be able to continue on and move forward in some of more of my even higher visions for myself with mastering that stillness and really nature. Oh my God, I went on a vision quest. Ooh. It was real short, but it was sweet, baby. I love nature. We sat there on a rock for 2 days. It was amazing. And I'm going out again. I'm going to spend my whole life fasting and connecting and living and loving and having fun. So thanks for subscribing to these videos. Everyone on Regeneration Nation, thank you for that. Make sure you're on the Insiders Club, because I've got a really cool email coming out about the Vision Quest, just sharing some of the things that I learned out there that really hit me hard about Sophia just being like #1 thing, and my kids, you know, boom, boom. Those 3 people pretty much are the only ones that I would miss if I... Because, you know, Tavis starts talking about cougars biting your people's heads and dragging them off into the woods, and I'm thinking, and I'm out there thinking in the middle of the night, I'm going, I was like, I would miss Sophia, and I would miss my kids. Other than that, I'm cool. My parents, it's all cool. YouTube, I wouldn't miss. I mean, I'm not attached. But then I said, Sophia, I love her. My kids, so beautiful, wonderful little angels, and I can't wait to see them again. But I can't wait to see you again. I'll probably make a video tomorrow. I'm a video addict. I love this. I hope that it helped you. That is what I want. A little bit of laughing, a little bit of controversy, a little bit of drama, hopefully a whole lot of love, and a lot of just suggestions that you can use to improve your life. That's my #1 thing. I want to see you feel better, and I want you to be more happy tomorrow than you were today, and more free. So I'll let you go, because I could talk forever. My heart is so filled with love for life and people and the truth as I see it. So peace be with you, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.